too.
Craig, Mel was sitting there a couple of months ago talking about how Cooper was practicing field goals this afternoon. Have you got a similar story?
Yeah, it wasn't quite as far out. Actually, I didn't even know myself, but Kevy said it was from the other end of the field as well. So, yeah, like I say, it was the Broncos made a rare error there and just give us a chance to to set up for it. So, we actually went for the try first, and that sort of we couldn't get over. So basically, just set it up there for the field goal. And, yeah, he doesn't miss too many for that range.
Fighting spirit of the club tonight, getting played to fight back again now.
Yeah, it was, Pete. It was, that was, and just talking to a couple of players there, looking up in the, from the box, it was a semi-final type game tonight. The Broncos, again, they're obviously fighting for their life, and they played really well in that first half. I think they made an error in the first half, and their completions were pretty good in the second half as well. So, and I thought they, halfway through that second half, I thought we might have been getting on top, but I thought they showed some legs, which they probably haven't been in the last few games. So there were some really good signs there for them. But I was really proud of our performance. To go down 12-0, we weren't doing too much wrong, to be quite honest. We made a couple of errors, and we probably put a short kick in when we should have put a longer kick in, and just give them a bit of field position, and they scored off that. But I thought we defended tremendously well in that first half. And like I say, that gave us a bit of a sniff, and then we scored, right on half time. So as I said, I was really proud of our performance to come back and just keep hanging in and keep fighting. And as I said, I think there were some real positive signs for us out there tonight. As I said to them, sort of reminded me a little bit of some of the old, the Storm teams from the past where we've really hung in through tough periods, and it was a tough period out there tonight. But as I said, I think there were some really good signs there for the Broncos too.
So there's no comparison between, when you were down 10-0 with the Titans and when you were down 12-0 tonight. It's a different situation.
Well, there wasn't a whole heap of difference in it. Well, obviously the score was about the same, and it was a Queensland team beating us, Steve. But yeah, I was much more happy with the way we were playing. There was a couple of things we needed to fix up. But last week, again, we defended okay in that first half, but our attack was really poor. Whereas tonight we weren't that far away with our attack, and the Broncos defended really well. And we didn't have any field position at all, until the end of the first half. Yeah, so like I say, I was much more happy with how consistent we were for the 80 minutes tonight. Whereas the last two games it's been 40 minutes, and like I say, I thought the Broncos played really well tonight. They played tough as well. So for us to get away with that was a really good performance.
How crucial was it just to get those points just before half time and had some momentum going in?
Yeah, they were real crucial. The boys come in, they were quite buoyed at half time. We knew we'd sort of weathered, excuse the pun, weathered the storm there, and to actually come in only 6 down after the ball they had and where they had the ball, and how many, their high percentage of completions. That was to only come in six down was like I say, was a bit of upper for our guys. And again, we started the second half exactly the same as we started last week, and we scored a try within the first couple of minutes, and basically we went on from there.
Was it like a semi-final game, Cameron? Players were slumped everywhere on the full-time field.
Yeah, I think you just had to look at the end there. I was one of the blokes lying down on the turf, Steve. It's just it reminded me of that semi-final that we played in 2008, where both teams we threw everything at each other tonight, and particularly the Broncos early. The team hasn't thrown that much at us in the first 40 minutes for a while, or probably all year. I think we were pretty much just using all our energy to defend them, and they started extremely well. We knew they were going to do that. They had to do that tonight, but like Craig said, I'm just extremely happy with the way we responded. We've done it 2 weeks in a row now where we've had to come from behind, and I think that shows a good quality in the football side, where you can be down by a couple of tries, and particularly in a stadium like this when you haven't got too many people on your side, it's a pretty good trait to have, to come back and get on top. But hopefully next week we can score the first points and make things a little bit easier for ourselves.
how nerve-wracking was the last couple of minutes? You almost put Billy through for a match-sealing try, and then they got territory after that.
Yeah, can only imagine what this bloke was saying in the box when I threw that pass.
Yeah, you just imagine.
But we'll let that one go. But yeah, look, it was pretty nerve-wracking. I think there's only probably 3 or 4 minutes to go when they scooped that ball up. But again, we've been working extremely hard on our defence over the last 3 weeks, and that's been the cornerstone of our game is our defence. And I think all the good sides that that are thereabouts at the end of the year, they're the ones that work extremely hard their defence, and we're able to keep the Broncos out there.
Cameron, you won by a point tonight. That's their 5th loss in a row. You've come off the 5 losses. A lot of people are going to say they're probably gone because they look at 5 losses in a row, but in the way they played tonight, obviously they're not out of the battle.
No, and you never write a Bronco team off. They're a great football side, and I was speaking to Corey Parker and Hodjo there at the end, and Matty Gillette, and I was just said to him that it reminds me a lot of the patch that we went through. They didn't do too much wrong tonight, the Broncos. Their completion rate was extremely good. It was probably better than ours, or a lot better than ours. I think they were 20 from 20 at half time.
Yeah,
something like that, and they played great football, and they did last week, so they just need some bounces to go their way. It's exactly the way we felt, where you come off the ground scratching your head and thinking, where did we go wrong there? You feel like you played well, but they got to go down to Brookie now, and hopefully they play well and get themselves a result.
Craig, the fans didn't like the first one try. What did you think of it? Benefit of the doubt.
Yeah, I thought it was a job. Then we said this year, there's some fingernails just touching, they let it go, so I don't think anyone had too many complaints about that.
And Cameron just Cooper keeps kicking winning field goals here. Must feel like his backyard or something.
Yeah, no, he can kick a field goal, yeah, that's for sure, little fella. But no, he's good at reading the game, Coops. He actually come over and spoke to me when Benny Teo scored that try when they drew level, and said, if we get a chance, he just said, get me to halfway, and I'm going to have a shot. So he can pull them off. Yeah, he's coming off 2 from 2 long range at this ground, but thankfully we had a turnover deep inside their half, and we took a couple of good runs, and we got fairly close to him, and it was almost like a training shot for him, only 20 out.
His boot was pretty handy tonight. Wanted to get the post with one kick and dropped it in for try the bloke scored.
Yeah, he's getting back to his good accuracy that he's had for a long time. Wayne, he's obviously come off a pretty gruelling Origin period where physically he's probably down a little bit, and you can tell with his kicking in the weeks after that Origin. But last couple of weeks he's been back to his best, where he's putting them on a 10-cent piece out there, and the boys just need to run onto it. And obviously that was a pretty tactical kick that he put in for Billy there. If it didn't hit the post, it was going to be 4 points to Bill, but it ricocheted and he got over.
They put a lot of pressure on Sissawaka. Were you happy with him, Craig?
Yeah.
Keeping out Nielsen, for instance.
And he's been really good for us since he hasn't played many first grade this year. I think that was probably his 4th or 5th game in a row. So he's doing a really good job for us. I'm not quite sure why teams keep putting him under pressure, because he is good under the ball, and like I say, he's doing a good job there. And a couple of times the Broncos made it a little bit hard for him, to get to the kick to, and there was a penalty for that early, and then basically that was it after that. So like I say, he's doing a really good job for us, and he's run the footy well, and he's got a good head too, for the footy in that positionally. He knows where to be at the right times, and Billy's obviously helping him a lot out there, so he's doing a really good job for us at the moment.
Last question, please.
It was tough in the middle. Were you happy with Bromwich? You made a lot of ground.
Yeah, I just thought of that in the first half. He was doing a couple of things well, but there was probably another couple he wasn't doing so well. But the second half, he just turned he was magnificent in the second half there early. And he seemed to find plenty of gas there too. I don't know how many runs he would have had in that first 10 or 15 minutes, but he really got us on the front foot, and he done a great job for us. And it was just tonight, we brought him off the bench, and basically the sole reason we knew it was going to be you know, very solid in there early in the game. We just thought his footwork and, you know, his skill might come to the fore a little bit later in the half. So he certainly wasn't put to the bench for any drop in form in the last couple of weeks. It was just a bit of a tactical thing, and, you know, I think he done a great job there.
Thanks, Mason. Let us know what you need. Please, yeah, good luck.
Second week in a row I've asked on the collection for AAA batteries. I can use this thing as a record.